Thanks, Jerry, and hi to all the members and visitors. I've been in fundraising for a little while now, both personally and professionally. And while child trafficking is not a topic that is lighthearted and it can be quite confronting, it is something that is incredibly important, has become even more important to me over the last year or so, and is something that we desperately need to know about, because not enough people understand what's going on and what can be done about it. And there is plenty of things that we can do about it. The main message I want to get across to you today is that if we don't get to these girls, someone else will. And those people won't have the best intentions or the same intentions that we do. Now, I've worked undercover in some of the bars in Thailand and Cambodia. I've seen what the men do to exploit and abuse and grope these girls. And we have to stop that happening. We have to get these girls out so they don't have to endure this abuse any more than they have to. It's just not right that kids are involved in this sort of environment, and we've got to do whatever we can to get them out. Just as a reminder, there's over 1 million children in sexual slavery at the moment, and that happens every year. That's pretty much one every 30 seconds. So if you think about the time that we have today and the 90 minutes that we're on this meeting, around about nearly 200 kids would have been trafficked into sexual slavery, all at the average age of about 15 years old. And as a father of a teenage daughter myself, none of that is okay for me. None of that is permissible as far as I'm concerned. We've got to do whatever we can to stop it. And that's what Destiny Rescue does. We rescue these kids. We send guys in undercover to find these children and offer them freedom. We build trust with them over time, and we offer them freedom and tell them that there are choices that they can have to get out of there. We send agents in to build portfolio of evidence, video evidence that there is trafficking going on, and we raid them so we can not only close the establishments, but arrest the traffickers and rescue the victims. And we do a lot of border rescues as well, where we identify kids that have been trafficked over the border for potential trafficking as well, and we send them back safely to their homes as well. So the rescue is an incredibly important part. But once we've done that, that's when the work really kicks in. And that's where we start to develop an individual path to freedom for every single child. Now, that may involve sending them back to their own home if it's safe to do so, maybe keeping them in one of our own homes or potentially a new home. But the key here is to make sure they get back into education, because most of them have come from such poverty that they're not able to go to school. So get them back into education. Give them a vocational and life skills, further education. Give them the skills that enable them to get a job that can support themselves and their family without having to revert to the sex trade. And we know that we do that well, because over 80% of the girls that we help never go back to the sex trade. So we do a good job. We just got to get them out, and that takes money. And you may think, what can one person do? Well, you can do a lot. Never think that a small group of committed people can't do anything. Just from the 1st of July, this chapter, BNI Momentum, has raised enough to rescue 3 children. And I'm wondering if we can't do more next year. It's a fantastic result. Now, I just want to show you a quick video here of the founder and what's involved and how we got involved in this environment.
What got me started on this journey was I just overheard 2 guys talking about a guy that went through Bangkok, and he was offered children that he could do anything he wanted to with for just $400 US. I wasn't part of the conversation, and there wasn't any more detail to the story than that, but it really rocked my world, and I knew that I had to do something. As a dad of 3 gorgeous girls, and I remember when they were young, tucking them in bed at night, reading them stories, telling them I love them, and then they go off to sleep. And what I want is for every child to be able to go to bed and just sleep. And the ugly reality of today is many children, when they go to a bed, it's not to sleep. It's to be abused. Enough people haven't stepped up and said enough is enough. So every single person, I believe, upon hearing of the evil that is happening to these children, have a responsibility to do something. We've heard the phrase, the silent majority. This isn't the time to be part of the silent majority. It's time for us to be the active majority, the people with a voice, the people with the action behind it, the people that will give, the people that will go and do something to change this. My passion is to see this evil end in our lifetimes. I want every child to have the opportunity to go to bed and just sleep.
And that's why I say, if we don't get to them, someone else will. We have to get to them. We've got two choices. We can do nothing or we can do something. And the only way these girls will get out is if someone does something. We've seen the change that one person doing something has made to thousands of lives. And I think we can be a part of that. And this is how you guys can do something. Anyone who can commit to donating on a regular basis, $55 a month, makes an amazing difference. Small businesses that can give larger gifts, or individuals who can give larger gifts, large businesses who can sponsor a raid or who can instigate a workplace giving environment. To those members of other chapters, would your chapter like to rescue a child? And to those visitors who aren't a member of a chapter, would you like to be involved in rescuing a child? Because I think we can all take responsibility for that. And of course, for members, every donation is a referral. And I think this is one of the greatest things we can do with our lives, is actually make a difference to the world. So how many more can we rescue if we all do something right now? So if you know anyone who has a heart to rescue children, please refer them to me so we can rescue them and get them out of there. Thank you so much for your time.